This video is different, because it's not about a crazy story, about a legendary rider or sci-fi engineering. No, this is a story about myself. It's a story that many of you might resonate with. Motorcycles have become my entire life. Between training for a race I might never finish, we're here at the motocross track, documenting, filming, editing, helping out friends in the community. Dirt bikes have taken over almost every aspect of my living. Sure, it might seem like a dream at first, but soon I ended up realizing I was forgetting the why. Why did I even start this hobby in the first place? This has become a job, a thing I have to do in order to achieve my self-imposed dreams. And more than once, it started to feel less like a hobby and, dare I say, like a chore. But then... Now, this video was made possible by our sponsor, Enduro Ride, but more on that later.
So this is the bike that I rode for 3 days. This particular bike actually got second place in Romaniacs. Obviously it has a TSP kit, the suspension is revalved by Shock Suspension. They mounted a Kickstarter, which apparently is way too expensive from KTM. And handlebar situation, you obviously have this button turns the bike off, this turns it on, but then you have this, which also turns the bike on. Sometimes in races, they would change the second gear in the gearbox, the entire second gear. This is the closest anyone is going to get to riding a professional's motorcycle.
In these 3 days of riding without purpose, I remember what started my passion for motorcycles. What it was all about for me. It's about riding with like-minded people, making friends, laughing together.
It's good to consume all the calories from dinner, you know?
Jesus, that's harder than going up.
Spending time together. I got to meet 4 crazy British lads, and I say crazy in the best way possible. Always down for a joke, messing with each other, just having fun.
So I assume you enjoyed today? Official rest place of Enduro Rides.
Took me back in the truck.
Just load you up in the back.
I got to see some people go from not riding in more than 10 years to doing more than 100 kilometers on the bike, all while keeping a big smile on their face.
Turning a non-motorcycling man into a motorcycling man.
It's about getting to places you might otherwise never see. From old monuments that seem frozen in time to serene mountain rooftops. I visited ancient villages, ate way too much local food, like seriously, way too much. Sunshine or rain, it didn't really matter, as nature had its own way to show its wild beauty.
Ah, that was fun. Fun for me, at least. Don't know how fun for the others, but fun for me.
And riding in places like this is getting more and more difficult, but Bulgaria still offers a freedom of exploration for dirt bikers. A type of freedom that's not readily available in the West.
Do you see? Here.
Well,
I see swamp.
yeah, looks like swamp.
You know, I could help them. It's way more fun filming them though.
It's about laughing together at all the little fails, the little crashes, the moments that we end up remembering the most. We tip a bike over, fall into a little ditch, drop our steeds left and right, and we do that while managing to laugh about it.
So close!
It's also about celebrating each other's little wins, little climbs that for some may seem easy, yet for others are real challenges. About remembering what it was like when you conquered a hill and had people cheering you on. The feeling of success, of going somewhere you never thought you could, of pushing your limits, attempting things that without others pushing you, you might never even try.
It does feel good.
But then once you do it, you feel unbeatable, like nothing can stop you. It's about forgetting our mundane problems, about diving into a world where none of our issues matter, where we can truly disconnect and relax, where annoying bosses are gone, where there are no bills to pay, nothing to really worry about. You only worry about your clutch, brakes and gas. Your mind is focused on carefully balancing these elements, and while doing that, it forgets all about your day-to-day problems.
You know, going through races, filming bikes, all that stuff, you tend to forget why you started riding bikes. And it's because of this, you know, just chilling into nature, going with some mates or some nice people. It's the simple little things, you know, but you forget about them.
And most importantly, it's about feeling like a kid again.
What happened?
Well, the alcohol that ended up where it's off. Oh, then it's stuck.
Thought sabotage was supposed to be a bit less obvious than this.
About remembering what living a life without worries feels like, where going out with your friends is all that matters. It's a feeling that I bet most of us haven't felt in quite a while. And for me, this feeling was made possible by the amazing people at Enduroride, who happen to also be the sponsor of this video. They organize tours all around Bulgaria for every skill level. It's not just a way to see this beautiful country, but it's a way to forget about your common problems, to enjoy the basics of riding, to see places you would never think about. They also give you the possibility to ride a proper race bike like the one I was on, or some of KTM's newest TBI models. But most importantly, they make you feel welcome and like part of a family. Make sure to check them out at the link in the top of the description. Thank you Daniel, Smillan and the entire team.
What's going on? Might have to cut that out.
Look, at times, I think it's important to have a change of scenery. For me, touring Bulgaria on a dirt bike was exactly the thing I needed to take me back to the roots. To remember what first made me fall in love with riding dirt bikes.
So it didn't stop.
Usually, no stop for me. Don't everybody stop it. When he come, everybody, yeah, okay, go.
And he's thinking, what do you mean, go? No rest for me. I don't like this hill, yeah, good. I'm just tired.
I gave you a donkey kick, how about?
One more week in Bulgaria. You're ready for a race.